beautiful morning. I wish that I was still in bed. Okay, not actually, because this is one of those rare Saturdays where I am happy to get out and about early, because we are on our way, me and Seth, to AOAA, the Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area, for a little trail riding today, because this is the inaugural kickoff of the 2019 Tour of PA meet and greet ride. So, judging by the event page I created on Facebook, we're going to have a pretty good turnout today. We got a guide, a regular out there at AOAA, is going to show us around a bit. So for now, we're just cruising down the highway. Brought little Mighty Mouse today. He's all strapped in, snug as a bug in the bed. So now it's just the fun part of driving a couple hours to get there. So thanks for joining in today. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget as you watch to give that like a good old click, and I'll see you on the trail. Or when we get there, one of the two. That rock roll is rocky. Well guys, we're off of the main interstate now. We are a mere...
In 1 mile, keep right onto North 6th Street.
Thanks. Thank you. We are a mere 4 miles away. Look at the beautiful mountainside here. Slow traffic ahead. Why are they going so slow? Speed limit 55. Oh, that's where the lane's ending. Ah! I should have gone around them while I had the chance. Anyway, 2.5 hour trip, not bad. I am already ready for a stretch though. Oh, wake up. That's rough. Getting to work after midnight, getting up at 5, and then driving for 2 hours. Whew. Anyway, see you there. We're here. We're here.
We are here.
We are here.
What? There's a Jeep on its side. What? Which class is taught here? I'll only teach you how to use your winch.
Proceed to the route.
Okay, lady, we're done with you. We're here. Did we turn down the right way? Yeah. There's a welcome center. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's check on mine. Oh yeah. Let's take that down the trail. A little bit, it's pretty much rusted through. Seth just commenting on my nice shot rusted bumper. She's old, she's rusty, but she's running good anyway. So we're here at the Welcome Center, guys. We're gonna get checked in, and then we'll just wait for everyone else to show up. And these guys are looking us over that's coming here. Maybe they're with our group. We'll find out. Little Mighty Mouse. What's he got? That's a Maverick. That's an older Maverick. The side side, you mean? That? Or the four-wheeler? Side. Yeah, it's an older generation Maverick. Yeah, cold has my batteries. As we get started here, guys, I just want to say that for this meet and greet ride, I was actually down a camera. So this first little bit you guys are going to watch is with my old Akaso, my cheap generic action camera. And as you guys can probably hear, the sound quality is not very good and it has an awful mic. So just bear with me for a little bit of this. The audio is what it is. Toolbox flipped open. pop out and close that real quick. I got it. Oh, I got it, sir. Wonder why I couldn't see. Yeah, I went to look out my mirror. I was like, oh, hey, my toolbox lid's open. I couldn't see out behind me. Side hill.
Yeah. I didn't think it'd be this snowy.
Probably don't get much sun in here. Woo, we got two wheels there. So one of my favorite things about AOAA is most of the trails here are one-way trails, which I think is really nice for a trail system to be set up this way, because you can just cruise down the trail as fast as you want and not have to worry about oncoming traffic running into you. So there are a few, main trails that are two-way, but the bulk majority of these trails are only one-way. You'll see here as we ride, you'll notice like little arrows on the trees that are nice bright yellow signs that tell you the direction that you're supposed to head. So they're easy to follow, they're clearly marked, and again, I just really like riding on the one-way trails. You don't have to worry about oncoming traffic. So to start our ride off, our guide Alex is going to take us around to a couple of the well-known scenic stops here at AOAA. We figured we'd hit them first to get them out of the way so we can just spend the rest of the day riding. So right now we are ascending up on top of the hill to get to where one of AOAA's main scenic outlooks is, to take a quick break and just enjoy the scenery. Oh, I've got the camera pointed in the wrong direction. Definitely some meats he has on there, isn't it? Yeah. Turn. I was gonna try to get a cyclone going here. Hold on. There just isn't enough room.
You need like 20 more feet.
Can't get a good spin going. Oh well, I'm done playing.
Worth a shot.
should you get with the camera? They'll probably think, who the heck is this guy trying to drive? So with only about 5 minutes of riding, we made it to the next scenic overlook, which was the more famous whaleback. Now this is kind of one of those things where it would have been a lot better to see in the summer, because as you'll see here in the next couple pictures, with the snow on it, it doesn't quite look like it's supposed to, but this rock formation is meant to look like a whale's back when you can actually see it a little better. Park and brake. Go, man! Go ball!
If you take a picture with him, they give you like some sort of prize.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I don't know if you want to take a picture with him.
I'll take your picture with him. Okay. I'll get the whole group out there. 3, 2, 1! That was almost right on cue. So for a little bit of a different perspective for you guys here, then for this section of ride, I strapped a GoPro fast to Greg's 700 Rhino, so you can ride along in a good old-fashioned Rhino for a little bit here as we continue the ride. Now I know it may seem like here that the trail is really rough here at AOA, and the simple matter of fact is that they were actually quite rough. But one thing you need to keep in mind here is that AOAA is open all winter long, but they do not do trail maintenance throughout the winter. So the trail conditions are what they are, just as nature has made it throughout the winter. So they can get quite rough during these winter months, but again, being one of the few that are open all winter long, it's still nice to have a place that will stay open, that you can still get out and ride on a nice winter day. Conditions for our ride here today were not bad at all. It wasn't awfully cold. We were in the mid to upper 30s. It wasn't snowing, it wasn't raining, and it was quite a pleasant day of riding. The little cab I have on Mighty Mouse with my little heater, we were even able to keep the door windows unzipped, and Seth and I stayed plenty warm enough just from the heat of the engine, which really made for a nice, enjoyable day. So again, if you're looking for a place to ride that's open all winter long, AOAA can definitely fit that bill. Another nice thing about AOAA is that they have trails for pretty much every kind of machine, whether you have a dirt bike, an ATV, a 50-inch side-by-side, even the bigger 72-plus-inch side-by-sides, even full-size Jeeps. There are a lot of trails here that you can ride on. I think, if I remember correctly, they have over 200 miles of trails here on this trail system. So pretty much the sky's the limit. Now, as you watch here through the video of our meet and greet, we stuck mostly to the more open, faster trails. I think that was mainly because our guide was in a Maverick, and he just wanted to be able to show off and go fast and show us the power of the Can-Am Maverick. But we still enjoyed ourselves. I'm more of someone that prefers the windy, twisty, technical stuff. But it was a blast to get to open up the 500 a little bit, and I was definitely glad that I had those Walker Evans on there with as rough as this was from going all winter without any maintenance. I'm sure that you have noticed by now that despite being the middle of winter, there was an awful lot of water on the trails. We've had one of those winters where we've had the cold and the warm spells. We've had actually a lot of rain this winter too. So a lot of the ground and a lot of these puddles aren't really frozen that solid. Now, thankfully, a lot of the bigger ones that I've seen from other videos were froze over. However, coming up here, we did run into one pretty deep obstacle that gave most of us a little bit of trouble. Now, as you guys can see from this, as well as the clips I showed at the beginning of the video, this isn't really big, thick mud. It's mostly full of water. However, you could tell by the way that my 500 was leaning to the side, this was really rutted out. And again, 500, as well as most of the other side-by-sides that came through, we are not set up for big ruts. And so most of us was having just ground clearance issues where we were bottoming out with the ruts.
It's impressive that Fuller made it.
Yeah, he made it. I didn't think I was going to. Here it comes. Give him a second.
Yeah.
Hit it from the right side, like in the wall. We'll winch him out no matter what.
Yeah.
No, you came over. He was almost there. Yeah, but it's getting dug out more and more and more.
Poor little Mighty Mouse just didn't have the ground clearance to make it past them ruts. It's one thing that we are going to fix this summer with my build. As you guys can see here, I was so close, it just took a little, hardly any pull with the rope and I was able to get up over, but it didn't have the ground clearance. And I do believe with my whole heart, if we would have just had a couple people to help rock the 500 over onto its other side to get traction, we would have been able to make it up. But people weren't too keen to do that because I don't think they wanted to get wet. You'll see here a little later on, I do help the Razor get through by just pushing it, and we get him right out. But I was already soaking wet, so I didn't care if I was wet. I think if we would have been able to rock even the 700 here, a couple guys rocking it, we would have been able to get up without using the winch. And he gets so close even without rocking it. He's just right there. I just can't get over that one little bottoming out point. Again, as you watch here, it only takes just a very, very slight little pull, and it comes right up on its own power. Here you can see the Razor just so close to making it up on its own power. But I was done cleaning out the water from my airbox and stuff, and so I was able to come over and give him a little bit of a rock here, get the traction over on the right side where he needed it, get out of the rut. And before long, we managed to rock him to freedom without having to use a winch. So one of the only machines to make it through happened to be a Razor, and yes, I know the two Hondas had to be winched out. I think you're going to be surprised what little Mighty Mouse is going to be able to do after this summer and I get my build done. So as I asked you guys at the beginning, how many machines did you guess out of the ones I showed made it through? Only 2 out of the ones that I showed at the beginning made it through without being winched. Now we had 2 guys that decided not to go through this mud puddle. They went around and met us later on. But of course, I don't have it on video because they were in the lead. But our guides for the day, Alex, he made it through with no problems. But his Maverick, as you have seen in this video, he's set up with big mud tires and he's got plenty of ground clearance to make it through. So 2, only 2.
Go ahead. Go in.
And here we are meeting up with the 2 that decided not to go through. Probably the smarter of us out of the group, as they were then not wet and they didn't get cold throughout the rest of the ride. They stayed nice, dry, and toasty warm. Again, thankful for the weather and that it was not bitter cold. So I think we'll go ahead and end the video right here for today, because if I were to make this all one video, we'd be well over an hour long, and with my internet that would be an awful dreadful thing to have to go through with uploading this to YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, us playing in the mud a little bit. I hope you guys are able to make it out to one of the future meet and greets. I have one of these planned for every single month coming up till June. So again, you can head over to my Facebook page by the link in the description below to find my schedule, or you can just click in the upper right hand corner. We'll leave a link that should pop up right about now. That'll take you to the video I made that describes my schedule and let you know where we're going to be at and what date we're going to be there. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give that little thumbs up a press before you leave. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber to my channel already. Make sure to keep an eye out for part 2 as there is still a lot more exciting stuff to come. And until next time, keep on riding. Appalachian Mountain Riders is brought to you in part by the following. The Honda Side-by-Side Club, because who knows the machines better than the owners that use them every day. Walker Evans Racing. When the path requires more than just ordinary, head on over to walkerevansracing.com. Torque Locker from Torque Masters Industries. When you want to explore the unexplored, head on over to torquemasters.com. And by my gracious supporters on Patreon.